It's a coin pusher, and I've noticed a lot of negativity around these things, thinking like, what do you actually need a coin pusher at home for? And I completely agree. So that is why I've made this unique device with all kinds of very cool features, including a very cool movie preview of, let's say, the Avengers stuff. However, this is a unique device that you will not find in the second one, or you can just need to make it yourself, and that's what I wanted to show you. If you want to do something like this yourself with your own coin pusher machine, let me show you how it's done and what you need to get and how you need to create it, because some parts of it are quite simple, because some of them you can just grab fairly easy for not a lot of money. The original coin pusher machine had the cards, and yep, they also have been implemented inside of this machine too, making this a very unique experience where you can collect all of the Marvel cards. And yeah, I actually bought all of them, played a couple of them on the arcade machine, but I think it's just cool, an extra addition. So what you can do, if you're going to be collecting them all, you can win prizes. So yeah, we have the original cards, but what are these Marvel cards? To begin with, the very rare one, the Thanos card. And these things are made out of very thick plastic, and they're really durable, simply because they were made for putting in an arcade machine. And this is, by the way, a very cool card. I know there are copies or fake ones out there, maybe you can find them on AliExpress of cardboard. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. And I bought a couple of them. I spent some serious amount of money getting all of the complete set, because in the end, you need to find them and collect them all. And if you have it, you can put a prize on it, saying like a free plush, or maybe you make it like the super bonus where you can actually win the Thor hammer. And that's actually the reason why this thing was on top of here. If somebody can collect all of them, you have the real Thor hammer for your own collection. You can actually win it with collecting all of the cards. And the overall quality of this thing is absolutely great. I picked it up for a very cheap price. So yeah, if you can find a replica or some kind of, let's say, online website, I think it's going to be a very cool thing to have on your arcade machine or at home. You can just give it away. And I think that was a very cool thing to do with collecting all of the cards. And it's more like an extra bonus game inside of the coin pusher. So at the moment I'm actually having 4 different points. We're having 100 points, 500, 1000 and 2500. So there are 4 points you can actually get. Like, I really love these, let's say, nice plastic high quality ones. I don't know if you can actually buy them, or you can buy them maybe, but you need to buy a lot of them. But I bought a lot of them online, and that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, there are a lot of points. I think in total I have around 400,000 points. So there is a lot you can actually win. And this is the idea of a coin pusher. You need to make a game out of it, otherwise it's going to be quite boring. But what are actually the prizes, and not the display, because that is actually for decoration. This is what's going on. So we're having these beautiful and also like kind of ugly cheap thingies, but you know, like we're having these tiny things that you can actually give away, and that's the idea of the coin pusher. I don't know exactly how much points, maybe given like 1500 points or maybe 10,000, depending how fast you want to get rid of it. You buy everything duplicate. It's going to be slightly different of when it comes to stuff like that, like the Infinity stuff, but we're having over here a gauntlet, a keychain. We have a full statue of the Spider-Man and all kinds of cool stuff you can buy. Some of the statues are like $15, some are quite expensive, or this squishy Hulk. There is all kinds of cool stuff in the machine, and of course this very strange gauntlet. So if you're going to be further over there, you can see keychains, we're having plushes, licensed stuff. You know, didn't pay a lot of them, but if you're going to be giving it away, you know, it would be fine to just put some points on it, like 50,000. And of course we're having this plastic fantastic Thor, you know, the Stormbreaker, and all other cool stuff over here too. So when it comes to the prices, you know, like you can put different kind of amounts of it, like 10,000, 15, 20,000, and this way we can actually do a very cool gameplay. And then it's going to be a lot of fun to play on the coin pusher, because you can actually win some prizes. And I think this is the general idea of a machine, because without the prizes it's absolutely pointless. And I must agree with the haters on the coin pusher when it comes to that. The full Thor hammer is going to be one of the prizes if you're going to be collecting all of the cards, and of course we're going to be putting in all of the cards in the machine itself. Having beautiful tiny keychains, having a full-size gauntlet and other cool stuff. And I think in this way we can do a little bit of a gameplay too, because this is going to be a lot of fun. But let's play a little bit. So when it comes for playing on the coin pusher, it's super easy. You can slide in the coins fairly quickly. You only have in one input slot, so there's a little bit of downside. I've been having these multiple slots arcade machines. That is so much easier, so we can do it a little bit more faster. But what this machine has makes it extra cool. You can just actually pause the pusher, and this way you can collect the coin behind all the other ones. and can start pushing and giving this out massive pushes. But let's do also a look in the inside of the machine, because in here we're finding some old and new stuff. The PCB that actually showcases how many coins that you have put in, over almost 15,000 have been playing. Okay, in here we're going to be finding volume control. The volume control has been configured with the Logitech set in the inside. It's quite difficult to see, but there is an extra subwoofer in there. And over here we can slide it out, because all of the coins will fall in here. That's actually going to be falling inside the machine. There is actually a valve, as you can see, if this thing actually stops playing. So I don't know if it's already activated. Let's see. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Actually falls open like that. One of the cool features, like an original coin pusher. So when it comes to the audio system, there are actually two ways you can just have audio. First of all, it's going to be, you can see the connection over here. This connection goes inside of the machine, and this is actually for the audio, because we do have audio from the tablet. So if you're going to be using music videos on this or something else, you can actually do that. And I think that's kind of cool, and you can configure that with the audio with the volume knob over there. But what is also cool, you can also plug in a USB stick, and this way we can just listen to music. Oh yeah! So one of the things that is really cool with this custom machine, that we're having beautiful stickers on the left but also on the right side. But at the left side we're having over here two characters like Hulk and Iron Man. At the right side we're going to be having Thor and Captain America. And I think the stickers on, or the decals on this thing, is absolutely stunning. If you're going to be displaying this on the right way, man, it's going to be absolutely cool. Well, let's open the machine at the back with the two doors, and in here we're finding not a lot of stuff going on, because when it comes to a coin pusher there are not a lot of parts actually going on. But let's do a quick overview of the couple of items, and when it comes to maintenance, these things are quite nice. So let's talk about the coin mechanism. This is all electronic, so you can just actually adjust it to fast or accurate and stuff like that. So when it comes to the coin, you can see the coin is actually over here. So when it comes for playing coins, you can put in all kinds of different coins. I went for the custom arcade, let's say, coins, because these things are beautiful and super easy. And they're like a right size, but you can put in, let's say, coins of a Pachislot slot machine. I have no idea what Megatron does over here. Okay, what I wanted to say, like for example over here we're having these other coins. They are bigger. The only downside to these things are they are getting really expensive. But of course also if you want to put in real money, yep, that is possible. If you're going to be configuring this 20 cents, you can actually play with 20 cents. If you're going to be looking at the mechanism over here for where the motor is, yeah, this is going to be something that is like almost not maintenance free. Maybe if you're going to start tweaking, you need to use some WD-40, but beside that there is nothing much going on. It does have an original tilt, so it's going to be combined with the valve at the front. If you're going to be touching it or actually bumping it.
Don't shake, please.
But also what you can do is actually adjust it, which you can just see over here. You can adjust it so if for sensitivity.